All right, Jason Gray with the Jason Gray Show. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe and leave your comments below. So the title of this video here has to deal with Pfizer and Project Veritas. So about 12 hours ago, a video was posted on Project Veritas. I highly encourage you to go Google Project Veritas, watch the video for yourself, but I'll give you a quick overview about what I saw in the video and give you my 2 cents on it and sort of read between the lines and just, again, give you my 2 cents. So Pfizer executive, an R&D executive, his name is Jordan Walker, was in a restaurant or a bar or something like that, and Project Veritas has an undercover agent with a camera facing this way towards him, and they're asking questions back and forth and just having a casual conversation. And the questions and the answers that came back, in my personal opinion, were pretty shocking. And I'm going to read off a couple things. I took down some notes, and I want to sort of get some of this right and go over it with you. So here's a couple things that were said. So they said that Pfizer was exploring ways to mutate COVID, calling it a direct evolution. And this is, in my opinion, from what I took about it, this is the new phrase word for gain of function. For those of you who know what gain of function is, that was what everyone has said happened in the Wuhan lab, and that's what everyone's opinion where the COVID virus came from. This gentleman pretty much says the same thing. He speculates, and he's pretty sure that it came out of Wuhan, and on top of it, it just didn't pop out of nowhere, right? It came from somewhere. So conspiracy theories, maybe you're somewhat right here. So let's talk about the second thing they talked about. The reason why they're doing this is what they're going to do is they're going to try to create mutations of the vaccine and then try to be ahead of the curve. So if the COVID virus gets worse, then they are ahead of the game on the vaccines. Now, I'm not a super fan of vaccines. For the people that know who I am, I'm not vaccinated. I don't think it's a good thing to do. And there's plenty, I think, now data coming out that I think maybe there might not be good for a lot of people. It's good for some people, but not good, in my personal opinion, jabbing your kids at 8 years old. Let's put it that way. That's my 2 cents. But why is Big Pharma now thinking about creating their own gain of function, which, of course, they trade as a different word, but how would you feel comfortable with them doing this in a controlled environment? Well, when this gentleman was talking through this interview, it wasn't even an interview, he was just talking. It was undercover. He didn't know he was being interviewed. But they were talking about, unfortunately, infecting monkeys, get the highest concentrate, the most viral of the COVID, and then transfer it to another monkey and then splitting it again. Now, first of all, that's inhumane. First of all, that's wrong in my personal opinion, and I'm pretty sure all your personal opinion. But how do you feel about them thinking that they could put it into a controlled environment, it not getting out and infecting other people, and then creating a bioweapon, per se, that could kill off other people because they're now exploring these options? Why don't we just cut this off and deal with it if a virus comes out? That's just my 2 cents. I think this is wrong all the way around. Then he mentioned that in that video that they had a meeting and they were talking about all these options are. Nowhere in the video does it imply that they're doing it now per se, but there was sort of some gray area in there, and God help us that they're not doing it now, right? And who knows what they're doing. The funny thing is this hasn't popped out on the mainstream media yet, between like MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, any of these big players that are out there. We haven't heard anything of it. And maybe the reason why that is because they haven't validated this information yet. So this information could be a hoax for all I know, but I don't think it is based on the information I'm doing here. Project Veritas has done a very good job in the past of exposing people. And this one, if it's true, Pfizer stock's going to tank if this becomes mainstream things. I mean, this is going to bankrupt that company. So anyways, Big Pharma is out for the big dollars. That's number one. All right, let's talk about how Big Pharma is a revolving door with government officials. So in this video, he was talking about how these government officials who approve drugs and approve their projects that they're doing are just pretty much rubber stamping all of these projects that they're doing. And the reason why that is because when they finish their government jobs, they're rolling into big pharma. So why would they tie their hands, create problems for them when they know that's their exit strategy when they get out of government, to go to big pharma and do this? So this interview was incredibly shocking. It's well worth the 5 minutes to watch it, and have your spouse watch it or have your friends watch it. And again, not saying this is gospel. One thing that we all have to realize, that my videos or videos that you see or things that you read are not always 100% truth. I try to be as truthful as I can, right? And I just read off stuff and I do my own research and I give you my opinions. But think about that as you're reading. Look at both sides of the story. Try to get your 2 cents on what you think is going. Now, I read a comment on Twitter, and I want to read it to you because I think it was really a good quote. He goes, "This is possibly the single most incriminating interview in history of journalism." Sorry. Never has a man so quickly destroyed a massive company, and that a company was hatching off profits just to make money based on a virus. And he's so true. If this is really valid, this could absolutely destroy Pfizer. Now, I don't know what happened here. I don't know if this was a setup, but Project Veritas, like I said in the past, have done some really, really good work in the past. So what I'd like for you to do, I'd like you to comment below, give me your 2 cents what you think about the vaccine. There's both sides are, man, they are like, that's a line right there for a lot of people. And so it'll be really interesting to see all your comments. Let's have a conversation about it, talk about it. I'll reply back into those comments as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Watch the video in regards to Project Veritas. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.